Welcome back. Now it's time for our health conversation this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. And you know, it's widespread information that too much exposure to UV radiation or sunlight has been known to cause health risks like skin cancer. But did you also know that not exposing yourself to sunlight, especially in the morning, affects your bone health and bone density? Now, this is what we're talking about this morning with Oluwakemi Jeje. Now, she is a visionary entrepreneur, passionate wellness expert, and she's dedicated to social change. Now, she's transitioned from a successful corporate career to found Whole Eats Africa, which is a wellness food formulation organization bridging the well-being gap with whole food solutions. Today, we're talking about leveraging on sunlight for stronger bones. It's great to have you in the studio again.
Good to be here again.
And you're looking very radiant today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm using the word radiant because of sunlight, you know.
I mean, yeah.
So, not a lot of people like staying out in the sun here in Nigeria. Let me say in Nigeria now. And it's because, you know, some people complain it gives them headaches. Some people complain, of course, it makes them sweat. They get darker. And there's so many other issues.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people that complain about, you know, having issues with their bones and joints. So what you're saying now is that sunlight can help with this.
Yeah, yeah. So, Titi, have you noticed, like you said, that there's been a surge in the complaints of even younger people, as young as 30, with joint pains? I mean, before now, it used to be something that you associated with old age, but not anymore. You know, spinal, you know, issues, you know. And I think it's because we just take for granted what we have in abundance. Okay. We're blessed with the sun. There's no reason why we should have bone deficiency issues. But we do have that now. That's just everywhere. Everybody's dealing with some joint pain, some bone issues, and it shouldn't be. We're not. The issue is not that we're having too much sun. I mean, we talked the last time about getting your sunscreen on to protect your skin. So get in the sun and get a good dose of vitamin D. From the sun. That strengthens your bone and does a lot more. But for today, we're talking bone. It does a lot more for your health. Inflammation and all of that drives it down.
So I
especially the early morning one from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. thereabout. You know, you get about an hour in there. You know, do your exercises outside. I mean, just pair it together. If you can manage, get barefooted, so you're also eating at the same time. If you can manage, you know.
So I've heard about this earthing thing, but I know that's another conversation for another day.
Yes.
But so I can remember when my children were born, there were those little signs of jaundiced skin, like yellowed skin. And when we called a nurse auntie of mine, she was like, just put them in the sun. And we were like, really? Put them in the sun? She said, okay, so as soon as it's early morning, 7 a.m., just open your window and let the sun rays come in. And I'm telling you, it was just a few hours and it started, you know, having a major impact. But I know that it's about vitamin D and then I think calcium absorption. So a lot of people eat calcium-rich foods, but then it's not being absorbed. Because... Especially
calcium supplementation. You shouldn't be supplementing calcium directly because it doesn't absorb. In fact, it causes calcification. Again, that's conversation for another day. So rather than go and buy your vitamin D, which also has conditions for absorption, you can get it directly from the sun because, I mean, there is the health care professionals go like, some school of thought go like, you have to, you know, take fats at the time you're taking your vitamin D supplements. Some say you have to take magnesium to help it absorb. But you see, there are no such complications with get under the sun and just get your bones strengthened. You know, and then for free.
So there are so many issues with this standing out in the sun thing. Some people have linked it to, you know, malaria symptoms. Some people have linked it to, you know, getting tired easily. For instance, there are a lot of people that walk out in the sun in the morning going to work. Does it still have the same impact? They're just going to work. They're walking to the bus stop, jumping on buses, jumping to the next bus. That sunlight, is that helping?
It does something. Did you notice that during COVID, those guys that were outside a lot, I mean, the guys that sell on the road, they hardly fell sick? If they did, it was maybe it didn't take them down. They just felt like, oh, something is going on. They hardly came down completely.
Okay.
But those of us that go from AC to AC, were the ones that were, in fact, at some point, all of us had to start going out, because at some point I got exposed, and then, you know, I tried everything I could.
Sure.
But I just felt like, you know, I'm just going to start going out every day. And every time I go out and come back, I break into a sweat. I feel better. By the fourth day, I was fine.
Okay.
Do you understand? So it does something. It actually does something that you're walking, you're going out, even if it's still early, about 8 a.m. You're going out, you're not driving, you're getting into a bus.
Yeah.
That's combining exercise with sun exposure, for instance. So it does a lot.
But we have to reiterate that time frame again, though.
7 a.m. to 11 a.m.
So once it's 11 a.m. to 12 noon, those rays are getting harsh.
Yeah.
They're getting really, really heavy.
So you want to protect yourself at those times. Even if you have to get in the sun, like we were saying the other time, get a sun hat, get a sunglasses, get your sunscreen on. Yeah.
So wait, the early morning sun you want us to expose ourselves to now, do we still need sunscreen for this?
Not so much, but because, you know, there's no fixed time to when this rays starts to go up. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later, so you're better safe. Except if you're able to manage about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, then you're very certain that you don't have those strong rays in there. But once it's getting to 10, you're safer using your sunscreen. All
right. So now there are a lot of people with bone issues. They're living with bone issues now, and they're on a lot of different medications and supplements. There are probably a few of them you can just, you know, keep away now that you've, you know, given them the advice of, you know, taking a walk in the sun.
Yeah.
How long do you think it's going to take for you to see an impact?
So it depends. It depends on what you're dealing with, how deeply, you know, the bone has been weakened. But just be patient. With anything natural, it does take time.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if the person is already dealing with a bone issue, just apart from exercising, mark out time to have sun baths.
Okay.
You know, just have sun bath and give it time. Give it 2 weeks, give it 3 weeks, give it a month, you know. But I'm sure before then you start to see the impact. You start to feel stronger in your bones.
No age gap on this?
No, everybody should be sunbathing. Okay. I mean, but the younger children do because they're out in school, they're playing. But for us who work in the office, go from AC to AC, you know, create something that allows you to spend time in the sun daily.
All right then, so you heard it here. Those beautiful natural rays of sun, the same way they help Superman get his powers back. It might just be helping you get your bones back. We are going to be taking a quick break at this point.